Nii Akuetteh. He's the executive director of the African Immigrant Caucus. Welcome back, Nii.
Always a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Wonderful to see you. So we heard Roe's report there. Jacob Zuma has said in the past that his party would rule until, quote, Jesus comes. Is this election a referendum on his presidency?
I think it is because him, excuse me, personally, he's had some scandals. And then, you know, the ANC has been like, you know, the dominant party, almost one-party rule. So I think they have been shaking up. But I have to tell you that I think the corruption was a big issue. But I think there are underlying issues that Rory mentioned briefly. This is the performance of the economy. And the other point is that, you know, South Africa went through apartheid for, I mean, a terrible system for a long time that left a lot of wreckage in its wake. And I think that that is being overlooked. South Africa has to dig itself out of a large hole. The ANC has done a bad job in terms of the optics, but I think the problems that they face are pretty difficult.
People who sided with the Democratic Alliance, Nii, are they really voting for the Democratic Alliance and this young group of up-and-coming black leaders, or are they voting against Jacob Zuma?
I think they are doing both. Again, Jacob Zuma has had such a bad image in terms of his own personal corruption. Even when he was vice president, President Thabo Mbeki fired him for corruption. He went on trial. There have been instances of rape. So yes, there was voting against him. Some people speculate whether he can still maintain leadership of the ANC. But I think people, in fact, my point is that people were voting more for solutions to their everyday problems, everyday economic issues, and they finally decided to look at the DA, the Democratic Alliance, and see if they can perform better because they are the party of that has been around for quite a while and have connections with power centers, the corporations, the white community. So I think they were also looking for who can deliver for their everyday problems.
The lowest level the ANC has received since 1994. Where is their basis of support? Is it in the rural areas at this point?
Absolutely. It's in the rural areas, and I think they will try to maintain it. As Mr. Zuma said, and other leaders have said, they have to do a lot of soul searching. They have to do a lot of analysis to see how they go. So I think they will try to maintain their hold on the rural areas. But I don't think they have ceded these important municipal city and urban areas. I mean, in every one of them that they lost, except for Cape Town, in everywhere else, they got at least 40% of the vote. So I think they are going to be a formidable opposition, and they will try their best to hold the DA and the other parties that will form the ruling parties to account. So I don't think they should be written off even in the cities yet. They will be a powerful opposition.
What about the EFF, Nii? Is the ANC going to make alliance with the EFF?
That is very interesting because, for one thing, the leader of the EFF used to be, you know, almost like he was mentored by Zuma. So at some point he said he would die for Zuma, and now their relationship, this is Julius Malema, their relationship is very hostile, and at another point he said he will never form an alliance with the ANC and President Zuma. But now in Johannesburg, it looks like that is what they will have to do because the ANC won but did not get a full outright majority. So the relationship between the EFF and the ANC and Jacob Zuma and Julius Malema bears watching. That's what I'll be watching closely.
World's highest levels of income inequality continue to be in South Africa. And of course, we have Zuma allegedly using millions of his own, of government money to renovate his own home. Did this get out to most people? Did they?
I think the corruption part got out and Zuma's problems got out. But I'm so glad you mentioned the inequality. This is what I'm struggling to say, that the inequality and the deprived situation of the majority of black South Africans 20 years after apartheid was formally ended as a system still lingers, so that even if the ANC was pristine, even if there was no hint of corruption, there will still be the question of Why are things not being improving better? Now, we have to give the ANC credit. They have done more in 20 years since taking over than all the previous governments. But the inequality is there because apartheid devastated the country, and dealing with its problems is taking a while.
Well, Nii Akuetteh, it's always great to see you. Thank you so much for being here.